Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As I told you guys, if you can go on the community tab, you see there is a message that I put on that one. So if you haven't read it, please make sure you go and read it, because very soon we're gonna change the name. So I want you guys to go and check it out, and don't get confused and say, where is this guy? Why we're looking, we don't get him. So we are trying to, to be more professional than start the stuff properly. So one thing that I want to show you guys on this one is, if you check on this area, we have what we call accumulation, because after this distribution on top here, markets failed to continue to the downside. As you can check from this area, then markets start pushing to the upside. So what I want to show you guys is, it's just a normal structure, so for you guys also to be able to understand what is happening and other stuff. So after this accumulation, you see market push to the upside, then return again to come and test this area here. We tested this zone, here, then market continue pushing to the upside. Then where is the focus? If you check properly, the focus supposed to be this area here when we are buying from down. That is our focus. So then you see markets push to the upside. So what they normally do is, they will make some mistake. What we call a mistake is, they'll see this area here, and for them this area, because like if you know the story of SDE, they know, okay, they need to they need to sell from this area to continue to the downside again. But one thing that you need to understand is, did you check your structure? Did you check your structure? Where is your structure? Because this SDE is working perfectly. If let's say market is it's coming from downside like this, then we push again to the upside, then market come down. So anytime market return somewhere on this zone here, this is where we have to look for those SDE and other stuff, so that we can continue again more. But if you check on this zone, this is not the same scenario of what I'm just explaining to you guys. So the SDE, consider it more when you see the structure. If you don't see the structure, then don't take any trade from me. I'll show you again these things, like it's everywhere. People, they continue making mistake, and they stop loss, and they don't understand what is happening. So we need to work properly and perfect on this area. So when market break a structure on this zone, what we need to expect now, we need to expect to see what is going to happen. So if you can check properly, we have a decision point, the one that is here, this zone here is our decision point, our significant base. Then again, we had you can even mark all of it from there to here. So this is the zone that you need to keep in mind, and try to check when market is coming down, what is going to happen. Then from here, if you can check, because market gets on that zone, creates the at the level of SR flip. You see here, support become resistance, then drop. Market goes there, touch again, then drop. But dropped where? Because we break a structure here, we print a new higher high, market return to come and give us what you call the higher low. Now market is doing what? Is pushing to the upside. So when market is pushing to the upside, how do you get an entry from this area? Do you see what is happening? So when market is coming again to the downside, check the structure coming to the downside. After we print this II, market prints what we call a higher low. Then we break the II, we test that zone of liquidity, of engineering liquidity, then market drop. But if you can check the way market was coming to the downside, you see from this area, market was giving us what you call the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then we break this zone here. Market give us what you call a lower low. From where? From our this significant base. Then we push again to the upside. We print another lower high. Then market come down, break this area. Inside where? Inside our significant base, where we're supposed again to start buying. So now that is what I need to show you guys. So if we can check properly, I'm sorry guys, let me delete these things. So if we can check properly, um, when market gets on this area, because of this block, the one that is here, if you shift to low time frame, let me go to low time frame, so you can see why market was selling from there. Then you understand properly what was happening. We go. This is the zone. You see. So we had another SDE. This is what I was explaining on the beginning. We had another SDE, the one that was here. You see the SDE. The SDE is there. Market return on our decision points. This significant base zone. Then market sold from inside that zone. You see, we sold. We take out all these low points. Then market continue the downside. If you shift on the low time frame, you see this market look like a mess. But you need to understand first how to use the SDE. Use it on a line with market structure. When you see market break a certain area, then when they return to the upside, this is when you're gonna take your trade. So that is what I was showing you guys. Then let us continue with our market structure. So when they get on that zone there, you see, when they get out here, when they get on that zone, then they drop. There is a break of structure that's happened on this area. If you don't pay attention to it, you're never gonna understand what's happened. You see, so market push to the upside, give us another what you call a lower high. Then from the lower high, markets come down. Markets come down. When markets come down, can you see what is happening when markets come down? Markets break this area here. But check how they break the area there. That is what is very amazing. They break the area with a pin. So when they break an area with a pin, now they start pushing to the upside. So when they are pushing to the upside, what is happening? They create another structure. This is what we need to wait. So we need to see when market break a structure, we need to wait. First is to see a break of structure before we take a trade, or we need to see accumulation that is going to happen on this zone here, or a distribution. If we break, let's say we break the higher high on top, then we need to see a distribution so that market can come to the downside. So this is what happened here. Let me go to M15 so that I can show you guys. I can show you guys on M15. Do you see on M15 we have this pin engulf here, the one that breaks structure. The one that breaks structure, market goes there, mitigate this block here, because this block was the one that was being used to break this structure. Then markets come down to come and test this block here. You see, they come and test this last candlestick before they push to the upside. They buy again small, return again inside the same zone. Then when they break structure, you see, they break this area here, then they start coming again to downside. We can take our sell position, sorry, our buy position from here to push to the upside. When market break structure again, they return again back to this one, because this is one of our entry requirements. You see, so this week was being engulfed by this week here. Then market push again more to the upside. Then when we are buying from this area, where is our target? Our first target is this area here. Then the second target again is the one that is on top. You see this one here, that is our second target. Then people ask me again, so why we didn't, market didn't respect this SDE, the one we have here? Yes, we are not going to respect this SDE. I've already explained to you guys, because this SDE, you see, this SDE is not very strong for it to hold the market, you see. So because here we see already on this complex pullback, you see on this complex pullback, we have already another break of structure. Then markets, when market is pushing to the upside, we're expecting market to come and do what? And sell from this area where we have our decision point. And another thing that we normally look before we take a trade, like if you ask people that they know our story, how we take a trade, we need to see when market is coming on this zone. We need to see something like this. If we can see something like this, then we take our sell position from here. Or if we see something like this again, we see something like this, then we take a trade from this zone. Or if we see something like this, you see, then we take our trades after market fake out, we take a trade on this area here. But if you check on this zone so far, we didn't see something like that. Because when market gets on this zone, check what happened. Market touch for the first time. This is only first time that market touched that zone. Then when they touch that zone, what happened? They push more to the upside. Check this impulsive movement to the upside. This one. Already on the way we approach the market, we know we're not going to take a sell position on this area. So now what do we expect right now? We're expecting market to return on this one. This is where we look for first for buy position to continue. So for market to come here, then we continue again to the upside. Or one thing we can do is wait for market to return again to this one here. You see this inefficiency, the one that is there. So for market to return on that zone, then we're gonna take our let me do something like this. Then from there we're gonna take our buy position. So we're gonna continue with the buy position. So what we're gonna do, we put our pending order on this zone here. You see this zone here, never been tested. Then we look again to buy again from this zone here. But this one already, if you check, this candlestick return back to this area and pushed it again to the upside. So we have this imbalance here again has been tested. So let's see how market is going to do, or what we're gonna consider more. What I'll consider more myself is this hidden base, the one that is there. You see this hidden base. So let me go to M10 and try to see what is there on that hidden base. There is yeah, we can find there is a block somewhere there. Let's see what is going to happen there. We've got this pin that touched this one here. Already they took it out. And that one, this one is the one that remains so powerful. That is why we have that hidden base. This one here, we are not gonna consider it more because it's out of this structure breaker. So now we wanna see, because here you see this block here. This block is gonna push again. When they get here, I'm sure they're gonna create an SDE. They push again to break there on top. Then we see if market is gonna give us a distribution from this area. So we wanna see, because we break already structure. So what do you expect next? We're expecting a distribution to happen from that area. Or for markets, let me show you what I'll wait to see if I'm gonna take my trade from that area. This is M1. You see, this is M1. What is happening already on M1? So before I take a trade from there, what I'm gonna wait is, because market push like this, so I'm gonna wait for market to come down like this, return again here. Then when they come down, if they break this low here, then I wait for market to return somewhere here so that I can take my trade. Then I'll continue the downside. So I'm gonna wait for market first to take out this low here. Then if they return on this zone here, then I'll try to see if I'm gonna take my first sell position here to come down again. Then I'll wait for them to take out this low here, return again. Then we continue until the target is gonna be this one. So if we break this one, this is gonna be the bigger one. And then we return again somewhere here. Then we'll continue to the downside. So guys, this is just what I wanted to show with you. So the first things that you need to do is identify your market structure. Then entry come after market structure. Take your entry on the line with market structure. So if you don't apply market structure properly, believe me, you're gonna hit stop loss. You're gonna have so many complications. You see, check out the break this area. You see, again, took out this area here. Then we're expecting market this zone. This is what I'm expecting, market in this zone. Then we continue again to the upside. So let's watch and see what is going to happen. Sharp guys, enjoy the video.